Hey guys. All right. So we are getting ready. You guys are in for a treat tonight. Let me tell you, we got so much coming in. Thank you for joining Candid Conversations to Compensations, where we talk about what we are doing in truth to get to the Monday. Okay. So welcome. If you are new here, my name is Lakina, and I'm also known as Level Up with Kina because I actually help people level up with me. All right. Really quick, what I do is I help people start new businesses, all right? Save money in taxes, get business funding, and correct their personal credit. So if you're looking for all of that, check out some good tips and tricks and links inside of my link tree. And then check it out there, all right? But tonight we have a special guest, and we're gonna go ahead and get into it. I'm gonna let her introduce herself. I just love her energy. I love what she stands for and what she actually do. So with all ado, let me go ahead and let me see. I think you have to, she's here now. Brittany, try to request to get in this live to see if that's how it works. Because I don't know if I have to go. Let me see. Can I go and grab you? Oh, let me, boom. There we go. All right. Hey. So I invited you, but just in case you guys want to know, and if you are interested in being on the show, definitely slide in my DM and tell me all about what you do, and we can get you out here. We can talk about it and see how many ways we can get your message out there as well so that you can help others also, right? You don't see the request up? I sent the invite, Brittany. Send an invite to me. I'm sorry. See if you can see the invite. Let me see if I do it again. All right, invite. Okay, so it says I invited you. Try it. Let's see if we see it now. Let me see if it's still there. No. Okay, it says it's unable to join. Listen, Instagram is not gonna play with me today. We gonna get this live popping, okay? And while we try to get everyone on, you guys, please share with your friends, share with your family, share away. This is going to be good. If you got kids, you need to be in this live. You need to be here. Okay, I'm trying it again. I'm hitting it, and I'm not touching nothing else. I'm just going to wait and see if it actually worked this time. Okay. So it says I invited you, Brittany, and it's asking me to cancel. So I'm just leave it alone. If not, we might have to like hop out this thing and hop back in. Oh no. Okay, try to hop out and hop back in and see if that works. Okay. Wait, what's this? Oh, accept. There we go. Wait, don't move. I think it was something in here that says accept. There we go. Oh, we got it to work. Yay.
I was trying to join from my computer, but it wouldn't let me, so I'm on my phone now.
Oh, girl, you know the computer ain't lit like that yet. We talking about the mobile apps. Yes, we got to stay on the mobile devices. How are you tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
I am great, beautiful. Yes, so let's go ahead and get into it. Go ahead and introduce yourself and tell everyone what it is that you do.
My name is Brittany Williams. I've been working with students for 10 years, and I've spent 6 years in the classroom. I've worked with grades 1 all the way through high school. And a couple years ago, I found a love for teaching math and a love for middle school, because in middle school and in high school, you can teach just one subject. So I was able to teach just math. and I love working with students of all ages, but I found like my passion in math. So my company, Legacy Tutoring LLC, that's my son in the background. Hi.
Okay. We
Yeah.
already know we love the kids. This is the episode about the kids.
He's like, you're live. I need to speak to you right now. But yeah. So my company, Legacy Tutoring LLC, focuses on working to help students to build their math skills, especially now during, after quarantine, but still technically during the pandemic when there's been so much learning loss. I use my passion for teaching and my passion for math to help students to learn and grow and to build their confidence in general, but especially in math.
Perfect. And I know math is a very touchy subject for a lot of students, especially as it starts to get deeper into like the middle school and high school. The 2-page. Listen, I went all the way to matrix algebra because I thought I wanted to be an engineer. Listen, front and back was one problem of a page, front and back. So I already know how complex it can be. But being in the tax field and the financial game, I actually love math. So you just touch it in on the subject, honey. So what issues have you seen with the children since quarantine back to now?
So that's a loaded question.
Ooh,
because
we got time today.
yeah, because actually I've had the honor of working in the community where I grew up, and overall, in underserved communities, there's been a gap in math and in learning in general, even before the pandemic.
Yeah.
The pandemic created a gap in the sense that we already had a gap in our communities when it came to learning, just because of politics and funding and politics again. And then now, after quarantine, you would have to think about the issues that exist, because in communities with more funding, students actually were able to get ahead during the pandemic. They may have had more resources during the pandemic. Hi. Hi.
Hey, son.
Yeah. But now, the main issue. Yay! Thank you for clapping for me. But now, after the pandemic, I've actually noticed a trend of some key skills that are missing. So one is the inability to solve long division problems, and that stems from students actually not knowing their multiplication tables.
Yes.
Which stems from Common Core, which is another touchy subject. So Common Core is good in the sense that it helps students with a conceptual understanding. But with that came us moving away from students memorizing. It's super important that students know their multiplication tables in order to be able to do well in math. So that's one gap I've noticed. Another and that's the main gap, because when you get into upper elementary and middle school, that's like the foundation of everything.
It is.
So one key tip that I would have for parents is have students memorize their multiplication tables. And as simple as that sounds, a lot of students don't have that skill coming into middle school yet.
Now, do you think it was a big challenge when, back when we were in school, there was no computers that was teaching us math? Now every subject is being taught on a computer. Do you think that is one of the causes that's keeping them from learning math as well, as opposed to how it was before? Because I actually had to get my daughter to do math on paper. Like, I actually went to some websites and printed out and gave her like those 100-question tests and was like, you got a minute. Let's go. I want to see how many you get right in 1 minute. 100 questions. Let's go. And that boosted her confidence in, the math portion, because being out, it actually kind of, made them comfortable and relaxed on math. So do you think the computers is interrupting their learning for math, or do you think it's an actual help?
I think that we, as parents and as educators, which we're one and the same, right?
Yes.
Um, we have to embrace technology, but we can't forget about using pencil and paper because it actually helps us to memorize and to understand concepts more when we do write it down. However,
Mm-hmm.
there are also a lot of websites and tools and apps that can help our students learn. So it's about finding a balance. It's
Okay.
about using both.
Okay.
Um, for example, Khan Academy is like an excellent resource. I even use it when I'm doing research for my lessons or right before I have a tutoring client in order
Mm-hmm.
to help myself, but also to help them. Like I never stop learning, so I'm always learning new techniques and ways to learn and teach math.
Yes.
However, I still write things down. I will use pencil and paper. I will use my Apple Pencil. I think it's super important to use because we are in the age of technology. So it's good for students to be well versed with technology, but they should always still be using um,
Manuscript.
pencil and paper. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think if we could make it more fun, it will stick with them longer. And it'd be easier for them to catch on. What are some ways that you can give some people that is homeschooling, or if they are interested in helping their children outside of what they're getting from school, to stay on track with math, to make it fun for everyone?
I would say, well, one tool that I use in the classroom is
Mm-hmm.
that I use humor. Like I engage my students all the time with humor. It's never a dull moment in my classroom. But as far as for students, especially if parents are homeschooling, like you just mentioned, find what they're interested in. So, like
Yeah.
I know, for example, my older son, he's interested in astronomy and he's also interested in like the ocean. So I would incorporate those topics. Oh, and he also he likes food, cupcakes. So if
Oh
I'm
yeah.
doing homework with him, I make sure that I incorporate those topics. So just thinking about what your student wants to be and
Mm-hmm.
incorporating that into math
Mm.
um, is a good idea. You can
Food
incorporate.
works. Those cupcakes work. I
They
ain't mad
do.
at them for that.
They do.
Cupcakes work. Um, that's good. So let's talk about what you have your program now, and what do you do for families right now?
So currently for families, I'm starting a course where I introduce students to math and all of the ways to help them and to learn math. So tomorrow on Instagram, I'm launching a video series that shows students how to do long division.
Mm.
And from that, on my Instagram page in the bio, you can click there to get a link that has tips on how to help you to do well in school. And then I also have a tutoring program, which if there are any parents on here that are interested, they can send me a message and sign their student up for tutoring. Hi. And sign their
Yes.
students up for tutoring.
Yes, and I think that's huge. If your children is struggling in math and you don't have anyone around that can help, Miss Brittany, she has Legacy Tutoring. She's great at this. You can already see her personality. She really loves kids. Her son is still getting her attention, and she trying to work on. She trying to talk to us, right? So we already know that she's a well-rounded mother and also a really excellent teacher as well. Um, Go ahead and click her link in the bio and get to know her more, get into her program, or if you need tutoring, go ahead and do that. The link will also be in my link tree on my page, so after this live you can go ahead and click that as well. um what would you say to someone who don't know how to help their children from struggling and you want to come in, like what would be the best steps to start? We already talked about how Khan Academy, I'm very familiar with that, but my daughter, she does not like Khan Academy.
Oh,
She
really?
does not. My oldest daughter, she's 13, she does not like it. They tried to give her that because here teachers are walking out left and right at the schools. Like,
It's a huge
it's not
problem.
even just COVID. It's because some of these children they're not used to being in the school setting anymore. So they hard-headed. So they like, what? I ain't dealing with this. So I understand that it's a lot of work. And you have a lot of parents that probably is working from home too. So they can't really give them the undivided attention they need to be the parent at home, working from home, and the teacher to make sure that their student is sitting in front of the computer for 8 hours doing work as well, plus the homework time. So what advice or what options, or I would say advice, what advice would you give them to help them navigate their children if they're like a working parent, single parent, and they can't get their children to focus in front of a computer, or if they may not have that teacher inside of the school and they don't want their children left behind? What other options or what advice would you give them to try to restructure it? We know to make it fun for them, but what is it that you can give them, or do you suggest them to contact you so that you can identify them directly and see what type of child they have, like their temperament and their personality, to see if it's something that's you should offer them specifically?
So I would say definitely when it comes to academics and helping our students to do well, it's always great to seek help. Like, even though I'm a teacher, I
Mm-hmm.
still hire people to help with the specific needs that my son has, because
Mm-hmm.
as parents, sometimes when we're the ones that try to give our students the help that they need, they're a little bit resistant. We tell them everything. We tell
They
them everything
are.
that they're supposed to do. So they're like, here you go again, telling me what to
Right.
do again. So I would always say that it's good, like, the technology resources are great, but also reaching out to a professional that can help your student, someone that's an expert in the field, is definitely helpful. So if you need help with your student, like your student needs help with math, feel free to download the resource that's going to be in my bio.
The link
Also,
tree.
yeah, in my link tree. Also, feel free to private message me if even if you just have a question, you're not ready to sign your student up, but you have a question about math. I will help, like, I will be a resource to you. But just feel free to reach out, whether it's to me or to someone else. If you need help, be sure to enlist a team, because it does take a village in order to help your student to do well.
Oh, yes, amen. It does. Okay. And also the belt. Get the belt. Didn't I tell you to sit there? You better pay attention. Get the belt. No, I'm joking, y'all. I'm not abusive. I don't have to beat my children. Not that much. But yes, so thank you so much for joining Candid Conversations to Compensation. We are so happy that you are able to love on our children in ways that we cannot always, and that you saw an opportunity to help our children even more and not just pass them along. So thank you. You guys, make sure you check into Legacy Tutoring with Miss Brittany. If you have any questions, slide into her DM and talk about your kids and what they may need. Make sure you click the link in her bio, and you can also get an appointment with her to speak with her about tutoring for your child. She specializes in math, but that is not her only subject. She's definitely well-rounded, and also she also have a program that she's creating just for your children. So we look forward to seeing that. Make sure you send that over to me so I can share that in my stories too, because I know they're gonna be looking for it. But I'm gonna have the link also in my link tree. So once we end this live, go ahead and check it out. If you guys need any services from me, if you want to start a business, if you want to save money and taxes, you need tax help for both business, corporate, and personal. I help you with that. If you need to join my Get More Funding Challenge, join that. I can get you some funding for your business. All right. So we're not going to hold you all night. Go ahead. What you got to say?
One thing I wanted to say,
Go ahead.
thank you for having me. Also, thank you for being a woman in STEM. And when I look at you, I feel like you are a great inspiration. I would love for my students that I teach, both in the classroom and my tutoring students, to feel so confident in math that they open a business a business based on math. So thank you for having me, and thank you for being an inspiration.
Oh, thank you so much. You are too. Listen, math is something that we cannot get rid of. If you don't know how to count, how you gonna count your money? Okay, how you gonna count these coins? So we already know that's something that you have to have, and we already know that financial literacy is something that we lack in school as well. So we got to make sure all of that is well rounded, which is why I started Level Up Academy as well. It will be in school soon, but I'm working on that. So I can't wait. But yes, we had a wonderful time. Do you guys have any questions? Do anybody have anything to say? Do you want to join in before we let Miss Brittany go? I see some comments. Let's see. We use Khan Academy too. So yeah, I think Khan Academy is like top notch out here. I hear a lot of people use that. I thought critical thinking was a challenge, but math too. Yeah. Yes, critical thinking and math. I think reading comprehension and math is like top tier. If you don't know nothing else, you got to have those two.
And they're so connected now, because now with Common Core, a lot of the math problems are like these really long word problems. So you need critical thinking, reading comprehension, and the math skills in order to be able to do well.
Yes. You know, probability and statistics used to get me all the time. I'm like, well, I got to read the problem now. Just give me the breakdown. Okay, someone said, what grades do you tutor?
I tutor elementary through high school.
Okay, so she do K through 12, you guys. K through 12, which is awesome and amazing. You definitely want to reach out to her. She could talk to any one of y'all kids. So like I said, I have a 13-year-old and I have a 4-year-old. Listen, if it becomes too much for me, Brittany, I'm on your line, okay? I am calling you through here.
You're always welcome.
Yes. Okay. Well, I don't see any more questions. Make sure you guys go ahead and follow Legacy Tutoring. She is here. We love the kids. We want to make sure that they all get the education that they need, and no child is going to be left behind. So if your child is struggling in math, make sure you reach out to her. She has some freebies in her link tree, and she also invited you guys to slide up in her DM if you got any questions, and she can go ahead and talk with you more and let you know exactly what you need to do to make sure your children stay on track with math. All right. So that is it for us. I hope you have a wonderful and beautiful night, Brittany. I will talk to you later, girlfriend. And bye, Instagram.
Bye, everyone.